It's finally warming up, feeling like spring. I have some free time to start working on the Shelby. The Lambo is leaving the garage today to free up some space to take the Shelby apart. So first, since the Lambo is leaving, Lamborghini cold start. The Lambo leaving means I have a lot more space to center the Shelby, put it up in the air, and start taking it apart. Remember, that whole bumper is coming off. A great day to take the Lambo out, though. We'll see this car again. Look at that Arancio paint in the sun. Just gorgeous. Man. It's just past midnight, got home around 10 o'clock from work, put the Shelby in the air. That was the main goal today. Get it on the quick jacks and get all four wheels and tires off. Signature forged wheels. I love the way these look. So progress is done for tonight. I am going to go to sleep. I'm going to clean up the titanium lug nuts. But take a look at some of the carbon fiber over here. These are some of the front fascia pieces. Look at that. It's gonna look really good. I'm excited for that for sure. Splitter is over there, side skirts are there. I'm gonna go to sleep. Good night. And it begins. No skills, no experience, a couple of basic tools, and a Shelby 350R. Let's start taking it apart and see how it goes. This piece here is the carbon fiber rear diffuser. I think I'm gonna start with that. No idea if it's easier or harder than the front bumper to replace. I've got some instructions there. Trim removal tools, various tools inside. I gotta bring those out. Take a look and see what I need to do to replace this rear diffuser. We'll be reusing the stock exhaust tips. Again, it's exact same design, just a complete replacement. I would do time-lapse video watching my struggles and periodically stop and narrate what in the world is going on. All right, we are making some progress, but we're getting to the point where I'm a little bit more nervous now because I'm starting to exert some force to pull this diffuser off. I actually ended up not wanting to remove the entire bumper, so we pulled this wheel liner back. There's a bunch of bolts and little clips and stuff, so this side piece is entirely free. It's pretty obvious which pieces are held in there, so I've got little boxes of all the clips and stuff. I actually also ended up going ahead and removing the entire like rear valence thing. It's like this undershield that's hanging out over there. But now we've got these like clips that are holding the diffuser into the body. I pulled these out now on the other side, so there's a bunch all along here to the other side. So I gotta figure out how to exert the force in the right direction. I have been looking at the new diffuser to see, so obviously you've got holes, that's where you're gonna see things that are securing it, and then we have all these little tabs, so there's a bunch in the middle. Gotta be careful not to break anything on the actual bumper. The diffuser, I guess, is the lesser of the risk because that's what's being replaced with the carbon, but back to it. The diffuser is off. Look at that. It is no longer attached. Bad news, I used a little too much force and yeah, I broke something. Not too bad. It's not serious, hopefully. But the reverse light, I couldn't quite get access to the top, so I didn't remove this assembly before I started pulling the diffuser off. And simply the connector, the wires came out of the connector. So I gotta figure out what to do about that. But I'm happy. I got the diffuser off. The factory diffuser is removed. We'll transfer the exhaust tips, the rear reflectors, this rear reverse light assembly over to the new carbon one, and then the next step would be putting the carbon install and then reverse everything I did with removing these clips and things like that, and then we'd have a carbon fiber rear diffuser. And then I'd have to go do the side skirts and the entire front bumper. I'm waiting till the very end to do the front bumper because that's the part I'm most scared about. It is definitely the most difficult and most complex. So I'm so happy I got this though. Except for that. See that little wire? Yeah, that's Eddie user error. Whoops. I'll fix it. The bulb just twists out, or the bulb and the entire connector assembly right out of here. So I don't know how to fix this. One of my friends definitely will be able to, so I'll go bother somebody. But I've been told it is fixable. I might replace this bulb while I'm at it. I mean, I have this whole thing out. Might as well get a new LED bulb instead of the crappy looking incandescent one. But I'm gonna take apart the exhaust surrounds. I'll take apart this entire assembly too. Well, I don't know if I'll transfer them over yet, but at least I'll get them apart so this can be just done and out of the way. And on to the next step. Eddie, what did you do? Whoever put this plastic cover on these exhaust tips, I hate you a little bit because underneath it there's actually another hanger thing with a little hex bolt. And you can't get to it when it's installed on the diffuser. Like here, you're like, So I stuck a screwdriver in there, pried this piece of plastic all the way up. This plastic's like riveted in, so I could drill them out, but what? Why? And from the front, when it's on, you can't see it. So I mean, it's obviously there to hold the tips in, but like, why is this piece of plastic there? I thought about just like destroying it, but I left it down there, and it's off. Status update. It's getting a little later now. I'm getting pretty tired. Just got back from Home Depot. I had to pick up some other bolts. Needed to be a little longer to get some of the things to fit on the rear diffuser. Bad news, I did figure out that the rear bumper is going to have to come off for getting the rear diffuser installed. So that's a whole other headache. Gotta pull the taillights out and other things like that. Yeah, this is a little more difficult than I thought it was gonna be. Like I already said, I have no skills or experience. I'm trying to figure out what I can do, and I'm happy I made some amount of progress and didn't catastrophically break anything yet. That being said, I need help. Luckily, Matt is going to come out next weekend to help me. I very much need his assistance. He's taken the entire front end off of his car before, his 350R, so he has the experience there and will definitely be of assistance when we do the front end of the vehicle. About to call it for tonight, so I just did some organizing, had some moving blankets so to protect various components. There is the stock diffuser though, stripped of parts. Everything is off that. That's literally just the plastic diffuser. All the exhaust surrounds and things are off. Various bubble wrap parts, all the carbon fiber pieces there, the wheels, and then if you come around to the other side here is the carbon diffuser. I'm starting to put stuff on, but I do have to drill to get these tabs aligned. Alignment here is a little difficult, so gotta do some of that. And this rear tail light, reverse light, whatever this thing is called, the reverse light, I did need some longer bolts because it doesn't look like one of the OEM pieces. This one here gets reused. So I bought some longer bolts. We'll have to make more trips to Home Depot, get some new clips, things like that. Like I said, it's not like I enjoy working on cars, but obviously the feeling of satisfaction of getting something done, who wouldn't like that? I was really happy when I got the diffuser off. I was like, look, I did a thing, and only sort of broke it a little bit. And taking things apart, figuring out how it goes together, it's not something I do frequently, and I am still actively trying my best to avoid just giving up and sending this to a body shop or somebody to have them just do it. I don't want to have to put the wheels back on the Shelby, drive it with half the bumper missing and a carbon fiber filled trunk. That's my goal still. Matt is going to come help me, so Matt to the rescue. Otherwise, we'll pick this video up later. We'll see how tomorrow goes. I might come out and make a little bit more progress, but this is the full documentation of the struggles of Eddie trying to put a full Anderson Composites aero kit on the 350R. I am making full use of my quick jacks though. Without them, this would be borderline probably impossible. I did buy these specifically for this project, and they're great to have, absolutely great to have. Just leaving the Shelby in the middle of the garage. Speaking of the garage, eventually I will redo it, but given the fact there's a Shelby in the middle with no wheels on it, I can't do it quite yet, but the goal is The previous owner had these like hooks and storage racks and stuff. Get rid of all of that. The walls are kind of gross. You can see, especially on this wall, the things are all over it. So I will paint all the walls, paint the ceiling, do much better lights. I think I'm actually gonna order the lights tonight. I might paint the ceiling black, put some nice LED lights on it. For the floor, I was debating epoxy or like Swiss Trax tiles, and I think I'm set on Swiss Trax tiles because when I move, which I will move, I will take the tiles away and still have that. You can see the floor is kind of gross. So power wash the floor, we'll put the tiles down. It'll be more, again, my garage is more of like a showroom space. This is a very rare anomaly that I actually am getting my hands a little bit dirty and working on a car. The last thing I'm not sure about is like, it would be great to move this garage door opener and like relocate to one of those corner ones. I gotta do some research on those because that gets rid of that ugly thing in the middle and frees up some space. I would like to do that. I do not have the height for a full lift, so that's not the goal. I'm not trying to put a full lift in here. I don't need 4 cars in the garage, but that would be convenient. So we'll see what I can do with the garage this summer. All right, I will fully admit I may have taken on a bit more than I can quite do by myself. Removing entire body panels like a front bumper, rear bumper, I guess with one pair of hands isn't that easy, so having somebody to help is going to help. I also have, like I said, no skills or experience. So, yeah, I've done the most that I can. A couple mistakes were made. Like you guys saw, I did completely destroy the wiring for that reverse light when I was pulling the diffuser off. So replacement parts have showed up, completely new connector with wires that will solder and then heat shrink and connect. I did end up ordering a couple more things. We'll open that box in a moment, pretty much. 1, to fix mistakes, and 2, hey, I have the rear bumper coming off. Why not do X, Y, and Z extra? So some new parts. Open up that box in a moment. Yeah, did the best I could. Luckily for me, Matt is on his way and will be helping. We're gonna spend all day Friday and Saturday. I took a day off of work to work on the Shelby, and he's optimistically thinking we'll have it all done. The front fascia, the side skirts, the rear diffuser, rear bumper. That's probably the biggest mistake I've made. Not mistake, but realization. I thought I could get away with just doing the diffuser itself, but it does require the entire bumper to come off. So we will be taking the bumper off, which includes the taillights. I really haven't made much progress in here. Flip the camera around in a second. We'll open up a couple boxes, but this is me admitting that I cannot do this all entirely by myself, and I really want to get this done as soon as possible because the weather is warming up. This needs to go off and get all the carbon fiber pieces covered in Expel Stealth, so it'll be a satin finish and it's protected. I also want the entire rest of the car to be paint corrected. I'll have it ceramic coated and ready for the summer. The catch cans did arrive, so those will go in. I got the Ford Performance ones, and then it needs an oil change before I start driving it for the summer. But I mean, I'm getting real excited to drive the Shelby, and it's gonna look so cool with the new carbon fiber. Here is that replacement for the rear connector. I've got a box from CJ Pony Parts. Here's the carbon side skirts. Those are hanging out over there. These are new garage lights for the garage. Where is my knife? I need to open that package. You see that? Yep, those wires got pulled out. Instead of trying to fix that, just bought this replacement part. It's the Ford Official Motorcraft service thing. So we see the cables are in there, or the wires are in there. We've got the tubes for shrink wrap, and that's the connector. So that goes into this, or the bulb goes in there. Here's the OEM bulb, which is really crappy incandescent. So I have a replacement for that. So let's open up this box here. Doing this one-handed with my, oh, yep, exactly. Doing this one-handed with my non-dominant hand, looking through a camera screen. A lot more difficult than I thought. All right, I'm putting the camera down for a second. What is this box? There we go. Ford Performance. Here's the new side markers, the LED. You'll see these. Those don't look that great. Replacement. Since I have the entire rear bumper coming off, I figured why not upgrade that. I know my friend Matt has those upgraded. What else do we have here? That's an easy one. Here is the replacement bulb. So this is a nice LED brighter finish. Replace this little bulb. Goes in here for the reverse light, and then So more new parts for the Shelby. The catch cans, the air oil separator, we've got LED side markers, replacement reverse light. This was never part of the plan, and I guess became part of the plan when I royally messed up this other one and ripped literally the wires out. So all of that will go on. This is going to be required to pull this bumper off, because you see these tabs, that's where the tabs from the new diffuser go in, and you really can't access it with it on the vehicle. And for better fitment and everything, you have to pull it off. Naive me trying to make a shortcut, thought I could get away without pulling the rear bumper, and reality set in and I realized, all right, it will come off. The side skirts, we might have to do it with the car on the ground, and then the front end. This entire front end will come off. I know I've said that probably like 80,000 times in this video, but yeah. So with that, we'll conclude this first part of my journey into not quite successfully modifying my Shelby by myself. Yeah, Matt is here to rescue me soon. We'll continue filming this with more different angles and insight into how we're doing all of this. I will try my best to document the specific details on what fasteners are coming out and what steps we're doing and any other challenges we do face. Like I know some different fasteners and spacers and whatever in modification is needed for some parts. I bought a Dremel for this in preparation of possibly having to cut things, but we'll see if I actually need a Dremel. Otherwise, thanks for joining me on this. I cannot wait to get these Shelby out. I will absolutely get some really nice cinematic clips once the carbon fiber is on. Again, full Anderson Composites, lower aero pretty much. The entire front end, splitter, side skirts. I didn't do the rear wing because it's already carbon on there, and I think it looks fine. Painted gloss black on the 350R, but very excited for all of this. It will look really cool. Expel Stealth covering the carbon fiber. With that, we'll end this video. Thanks for watching.